One day, James had to wait at the station until Edward came in with his train. He was seriously pissed off.
Late again!
Edward laughed, and James fumed away, muttering to himself. After James had finished his work and gone back to the yard, he puffed onto the turntable, still muttering to himself. He was still feeling very bad-tempered.
Edward is impossible. He clinks around like a lot of old iron. And he's so slow, he makes us wait.
Thomas and Percy were indignant.
Old iron, slow.
Why, Edward could beat you in a race any day.
Really? I should like to see him do it. Blum, 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 blum. Blim.
Next morning, James's driver was suddenly taken ill. He could hardly stand, so the fireman uncoupled James ready for shunting. James was impatient. Suddenly, the signalman shouted.
Ah!
There was
James puffing away down the line. James, if you don't get back here, I'm going to disown you, called the signalman. Then he told the fireman what happened. James said, you to me. No, I'm just kidding. He's puffing away down the line by two kids. Bring! The signalman answered the telephone. Yes? He's here. Right. I'll tell him. The inspector's coming at once. He wants a shunter's pole and a coil of wire rope. What for? Asked the fireman. Search me, but you better get them quickly. When Edward and his driver arrived, James's fireman was waiting for him. The inspector saw the pole and the rope. Good man, jump in.
We'll catch him,
Called Edward.
James
was laughing as he rolled down the line. What a lark! What a lark! He chuckled to himself. Suddenly, he realized he was going faster and faster. Then he realized he had no driver. What shall I do? I can't stop! Help! Help! We're coming, called Edward.
Batman! To the rescue!
Edward was pounding up with every ounce of steam he had. At last, he caught up with James. Steady, Edward, called his driver. The inspector stood on Edward's front, holding the noose of rope and the crook of the shunter's pole. He tried to slip it over James's buffer. The engine swayed and lurched. At last, got him, he shouted. He pulled the noose tight. Gently braking, Edward's driver checked the engine speed, and James's fireman scrambled across and gained control. So, the old iron caught you after all, chuckled Edward.
I'm sorry, whispered James. Thank you for saving me. You were splendid, Edward.
That's all right, replied Edward. The engines arrived at the station side by side. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. Why did you do that? I wanted James to crash and die. James, you are to go to work immediately. Yes, sir. Edward, you are not to get your paint reworked or get your parts mended. Oh, thank you, sir. I like being rugged and old, even though it's very funny.